Imagine an animal capable of recognizing its own voice among hundreds of identical voices, capable of learning to imitate human sounds, capable of recognizing individual human faces years after the very first contact. This animal is the seal. Despite the popular image of a cute, slow, clumsy animal out of water, seals hide one of the most underestimated minds in the animal kingdom. In this video, we'll dive into seal cognition, how they perceive the world, communicate, and solve problems, and why researchers began placing them alongside dolphins and primates. When it comes to animal intelligence, get ready, because the mind behind that innocent gaze is far more sophisticated than you imagine. A typical seal's brain weighs between 300 and 400 grams, depending on the species, proportionally large relative to its body, especially when compared to other mammals of similar size. What makes the seal brain particularly interesting is a unique challenge it must solve: processing completely different sensory information in two opposite environments, air and water. This required very specific neurological adaptations over evolution. Underwater, seals rely heavily on their whiskers, called vibrissae, which are extremely sensitive to vibrations. Research shows a seal can follow the exact trail left by a fish in the water, as if reading the ripples left in its wake, even with its eyes completely blindfolded. This type of sensory perception is so refined that scientists compare it to a biological sonar, allowing the animal to see through touch in murky water or total darkness. One of the most fascinating aspects of seal cognition is vocal recognition. Harbor seals and sea lions can recognize their own pup-specific call. Amid noisy colonies, with hundreds of individuals vocalizing at once, a true sonic chaos to human ears, but one the seal can filter with precision. Researchers at Scotland's Sea Mammal Research Unit ran a fascinating experiment. They played recorded vocalizations to female gray seals. Mothers responded far more intensely when hearing their own pup's recorded voice, compared to unfamiliar pups' calls. Even when played from a considerable distance, with no visual cue at all. This suggests seals build, over the first days of a pup's life, an individual vocal signature, comparable to how humans recognize the voices of their own family members. One of the most surprising examples of seal cognition happened in the 1970s. At the New England Aquarium in the United States, a male harbor seal named Hoover was rescued as a pup and raised by humans. He began producing sounds that impressively mimicked human speech, including short phrases like "hello there" and even his own name, with intonation and rhythm very close to a human voice. Hoover's behavior intrigued researchers, so much the case was formally studied. It became one of the first documented pieces of evidence of vocal learning in pinnipeds, the group that includes seals, sea lions, and walruses. In other words, the ability to imitate sounds outside the species' natural vocal repertoire. This capacity for vocal learning is extremely rare in the animal kingdom. Found in humans, some birds like parrots, elephants, dolphins, and, as Hoover's case demonstrated, also in seals. Later studies with other captive seals replicated this same behavior, reinforcing the idea that this wasn't an isolated case. Seals also demonstrate advanced cognitive abilities in controlled laboratory experiments. A study conducted with California sea lions revealed something remarkable. At the University of California, Santa Cruz, the animals could learn equivalence relationships between completely arbitrary symbols, associating one geometric shape with another, even without any direct reward. This type of reasoning is called transitive inference. Understanding that if A relates to B and B relates to C, then A relates to C. Once believed exclusive to primates and a few highly intelligent birds like crows. The discovery that sea lions can also do this surprised scientists. Captive seals also demonstrated the ability to learn complex command sequences, generalizing rules to entirely new situations never seen before, and even showing basic numerical concept understanding, consistently distinguishing larger quantities from smaller ones. Many seal species live in dense colonies during breeding season, which can gather thousands of individuals at once, an environment that demands social organization and efficient communication. Male elephant seals establish complex social hierarchies. Through vocal and physical disputes, they can recognize, just by the sound of another male's roar, whether it's a known rival, already defeated before, or an unknown threat, avoiding unnecessary physical confrontations whenever possible. This kind of individual recognition indicates sophisticated social memory. The males essentially remember previous encounters and adjust their behavior accordingly. Female seals also show complex social behavior while raising pups, including what researchers describe as temporary nurseries, where several females collectively watch over groups of pups, while individual mothers head out to feed at sea. Many seal species undertake impressive migrations across the open ocean, traveling thousands of kilometers year after year. And yet, they manage to return to the exact same beach where they were born. This behavior, called natal philopatry, requires extremely precise navigation. Researchers believe seals use a combination of cues to orient themselves: Earth's magnetic field and visual cues from the sun's position, and possibly even chemical characteristics of the water near their birthplace. A satellite tracking study on harbor seals in Alaska revealed something impressive. The animals returned to specific feeding areas hundreds of kilometers apart, with a precision suggesting detailed spatial memory, not just a generic instinct of following the coastline. This indicates seals build, over their lifetime, true mental maps of the ocean, including hunting grounds, migration routes, and known resting spots. Information that appears to be retained in memory for years. A behavior frequently observed in young seals is spontaneous play, something biologists consider a strong indicator of advanced cognitive capacity. Since play consumes significant energy without any immediate survival benefit, young seals have been observed playing with floating objects, chasing air bubbles they create themselves, and even playfully interacting with other marine species, including dolphins. In interactions, researchers describe as apparently recreational, not competitive or predatory. Scientists believe this playful behavior plays an important role in cognitive development, functioning as a form of training for hunting and navigation skills. That will be essential in adulthood, much like young wolves and primates. Seals recognize specific voices amid chaos. They learn to imitate sounds they'd never heard from humans before. They solve abstract problems in the lab. They build precise mental maps of the ocean. And they still find time in childhood to simply play. The more science advances in studying seal cognition, the clearer it becomes. These animals, often reduced to an image of cuteness, hide one of the most sophisticated and underestimated minds in the animal kingdom. If this video changed the way you see seals, hit like. Share it with someone who loves the ocean, and subscribe for more. We'll keep exploring the most fascinating minds in nature. See you in the next video.